Stone cold eyes didn't let me breathe in years. Couldn't change your mind, not even with my tears. But I got her back, the little me who tried to change. And I told her that she's the owner of a vision, and she's gonna own that name. You say never do what you love. You say don't you follow your heart. No, this is not what I want. Don't you steal my name. No, you can take what I own. I can't be tamed. No, but no better can drag me into your little scared point of view. No, I won't do what you say. Don't steal my name. So what if I fail? Head up high and get it right. I don't want your fear, I just wanna live my life. Make it what I want, make it wild and bittersweet. Let me rise and fall, dance to my own beat. I slowly find my way back to my heart. And I say, gonna do what I love. I say, won't return to your arms. 'Cause no, this is not what I want. Don't you steal my name. No, you can take what I own. I can't be tamed. No, but no better can drag me into your little scared point of view. No, I won't do what you say. Don't steal my name. No, but no better. Ooh. No, but no better. Ooh. No, but no better. Ooh. No, but no better. I've been thinking of you more than I used to do. Guess I crave for a high, so very wild and free. Wish that I would be with you, touching the sky. But I feel a little restrained, try to cut through all my chains, hide away in my dreams where you can be reality. Drinking orange soda, dancing wild to Madonna. You are everything I ever wanted. Feeding love with someone, love making records to die for. Everything I ever wanted. Do 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 do, hey, do 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 do, hey. Everything I ever wanted. Do 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 do, hey, do 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 do, hey. Everything I ever need to do to make my way to you? Is it a matter of time? Would go through all the bad to get to where you're at. Gotta hope I'll make it alive. Cause I feel a little strange. Try to cut through all my chains, hide away in my dreams where you can be reality. Drinking orange soda, dancing wild to my door. Now you are everything I ever wanted. Feeding love with someone, love making records to die for. Everything I ever wanted. Do 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 do, hey, do 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 do, hey. Everything I ever wanted. Do 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 do, hey, do 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 do, hey. Everything I ever wanted.
Okay, so first and foremost, welcome to Munich Session Studios.
Thank you so much.
I know that you've been here before on a few sneaky little projects that we've brought you in on, but first official visit on camera. So let's start. Who are you? And I don't care about where you're from. Let's talk music. So who are you? What do you do?
I'm Loriia. I'm a musician from Munich and I do pop music.
Simple and to the point. Excellent. How did you get into music in the first place?
I actually started off with songwriting. I don't know, my childhood was very musically. Like I really played a lot of music, but mostly my own, because in my family we never listened a lot to music. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. And I really loved to invent my own melodies from very when I was a little girl. And when I got the guitar and the first 3 chords, I started writing actual songs. And that's where I'm coming from. So from songwriting, not from singing, or I never wanted to be a singer, or I never had a singer placed in front of me. And I said, wow, I want to be like her. Yeah. I just wanted to play my music.
So purely creative outlet from the start.
Yeah.
Well, that's quite interesting, to be honest. So then, with that in mind, what artists did influence you into that? What songs did you hear and think, not necessarily that you wanted to be like them, but you were like, that song is amazing. How did they do that? So what's the kind of background for that?
I grew up in the 90s. So the 90s and 2000 years were still up to today. Yeah. I love the music there and the songs. And it's like clear pop music, like nice hooks. And I really love that. And I also, my first CD was Kelly Clarkson. And then I moved on to Alicia Keys and all those big like singers. Yeah. And also the some boy bands actually. But also my brother was listening to rock music, like Green Day, Linkin Park, Red Hot Chili Peppers. So that also influenced me.
So just the fantastic stuff from the 90s at the end of the day.
All the
good stuff. Excellent. And you play piano obviously and sing, but would that consider your instruments? You mentioned guitar as well, but...
Yeah, I come from the guitar, but I can't play.
No.
I just can play like 10 chords and that's it, and only in the first.
Open position classic. Excellent.
And then I moved on to the piano, and I love the sound of the piano. I think it's more my instrument.
I've always found it very much, it's the writer's, it's the writer's instrument.
Yeah, you write different songs.
Exactly. It's the composed instrument for orchestral. Yeah. It's the whole thing is there. It's laid out. It's like, this is what you've got. Excellent. I've always found piano to be the winner for that kind of stuff. So then how do you actually go about writing songs? What's your process?
When I was little, when I started, I was like 13. I couldn't speak English, but I refused to write in German. So I just opened a dictionary and searched for words that sounded nice. But it was completely wrong language. And then I think I come from the melodies. Like melodies are first stuck in my head, and then I have some vowels
Okay.
and some words, and I build it around that words, because I think sometimes when you play a song or when you play a melody, you hear some vowels, like
Yeah.
the sound of the words, not world, and you really want to. It's not everything is fitting for that note.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that's my.
And do you write more from, say, like an improvisational background, or more melodic, more theoretical, more in theory?
No,
When you're it's pure more improvisation.
It's more feeling.
Yeah.
It's not at all theoretical. Even the piano. I studied jazz music, but don't ask me about theory.
So you don't use theory at all?
I don't think about it, because
No.
I really want to. I don't want to think about. Okay, now what could be there? I just want to feel it and play it, and then,
I always use the example of Beatles songs for that.
Yeah.
Because they have zero theory, and when you actually try to break it down, you look at what they've written, you're like,
It's
that makes no
crazy.
sense. Like, why would you use that? But when you listen to it, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
If you get too far into theory, you lose
I think
the
so.
zest kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
helpful, but it shouldn't be the be all and end all. You mentioned it. Why don't you write in German now? I mean, this is kind of a broader spectrum question.
Yeah.
It's of the German scene in general, but you are German, you live in Germany, but you write in English.
know.
Is this a stylistic choice, do you think, or is it a more broad spectrum?
No.
Like to be heard more widely?
I don't think I had that thought. Maybe when I was starting, but I think English is more soft.
Okay.
And also in German, everything sounds like Schlager, or everything you say is so. It sounds a little bit like some childish stuff, and also it's. I think also maybe I hide a little bit behind English, because in Germany, in German, everything is like, revealed.
Okay.
So, and I also found I find it more easy to write metaphors in English, even though I don't know the metaphors.
Yeah.
I have not much like words to use, but I was thinking about writing in German, but right now I don't have something that I like.
Fair enough. I'm a big fan to stick to what you know at the end of the day, and you seem to be nailing it on the English language front, so let's not question that. That in point, why did you pick the two songs from today? So you did Steal My Name and Orange Soda, yeah?
I wanted to do one song that's already released and one new song, because there are so many songs that's coming, I hope, this year.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring something new.
Okay. And what do you have on the plans for release this year? Albums, EPs?
Is it bad luck when I tell it?
10-page concept album?
I actually wanted to do 3 EPs.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work, and it's already May, so but yeah, I rediscovered the synthesizer Jupiter.
Okay.
And I loved it so much, and I instantly wrote a song with it, and I want to do a little EP with just Jupiter sound.
Okay.
Then I have more jazzy songs. I want to do a more acoustic one, and I want to produce some of my own. And I have some different producers, so I will do some collections.
Fantastic. So, moving on to more, how would you say, the local scene. So obviously you've been living in Munich, you're from Munich, you're gigging around Munich. What do you think, honestly, about the local music scene here? And be bold. It's without judgment. Honestly, what do you think of Munich scene?
The last years, I really wanted to move away.
Yeah.
I wanted to move to Berlin, because everyone I saw moving to Berlin was like blowing up and was like doing context here and great projects. And I feel like Munich is still very small. On the other side, I really feel it has some potential, and here are more very nice bands and musicians that I didn't know before, and I always discover someone, and I think like, wow, okay, we're in Munich, like you're from Munich, how can that be? So I think there is some potential, but I also think it's too small.
Okay.
And all the big ones go to Berlin, and also Berlin is linked to LA. So I don't know. It's more the opening to the world in Berlin. So I feel like you got more chances there. But I'm not. Yeah.
No,
I'm still stuck here, and I also like it here. So
yeah, I mean, I've always been very comfortable in Munich. I love it here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the same principle. I always say, because people ask why I left London when I was a musician. But it's an oversaturated market. That's you know, like there's a gig venue on every street corner. Everybody's a musician. Everybody's in a band. But it means that you have to be so exponentially better than everybody else for people to take notice. I can't say honestly for Berlin, but I feel that's very much the case. You know, if everybody's up there an artist, then nobody's an artist. You know,
but I think like today in today's world, we're so connected via internet. So I don't think it's like if you are in Munich and you make it in Munich, you did like where did you make it? Where else? You know, like if you make it in London, you can make it in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if
I mean, but on the flip side of that, if it is interconnected to a certain extent, like if you're popular online, you're popular everywhere at the end of the day.
Right.
But no, fair play. And then how do you find the music industry in general? Not necessarily Munich local, but like the whole industry, from personal experience, and not like I'm very reluctant to go into because you're a woman or anything like that. But you know, just how do you find personally the music industry?
But not from a woman's side.
No, well, from your perspective, I don't want it to be a group idea. I would like your what you've experienced, your trials, what's been difficult for you, and what you've enjoyed about the industry.
I think there are some really good people in there, but I also am really tired of it because as a musician, you really want to get further, and you really want to like do something, create something, and every time you feel like, okay, now I'm on the run, now I'm on the flow, something comes in the way and it's like, no, you can't get through this door.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like that the major labels, like they are ruling everything. And for the independent artists, it's really hard. And I think we have to really work through this new phase of Spotify. And I think there has to be some change.
Yeah.
But I'm also hopeful that we are on a good path, because also at the Grammys, like there are more independent artists than ever, and I think we through the internet we have a good chance. So I have mixed feelings.
I mean, the accessibility of studios and your own promotion and the DIY artist thing. I think what I dislike about the majors so much is that they'll only take you on if you've done all the work yourself already, and it's that you're at that point, you might as well just do it yourself and push hard.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely in love with the band Lawrence from America, and they are currently the only band in the top 40 that are completely self-published, self-recorded.
Really?
They do everything themselves, but they've hit the top 40.
Wow.
And this actually brings joy. Like this is an outstanding move. Is what you're saying about the Grammys, the independent artists are getting recognised. So yes, big fan of that. I mean, the major labels have their bonuses, you know. Their reach is massive, but like,
and also 80% of Spotify playlists are like you can't get inside those.
Yeah,
if
I mean, Spotify is the devil within itself at the end of the day, anyway. But it's the devil everybody uses, so we have to be on board to a certain extent. So we'll just jump back to about the two songs that you've picked for today. You said why you picked them, but what are they about? I mean, you don't have to go into finer details of storytelling kind of thing, but generally, like, what were you thinking when you wrote them, and to what extent were they?
So my songs are really personal.
Yeah.
So you can really like find personal things in there. And Orange Soda is about my future self that I wanted to be, or that I want to be, that I want to become. And the orange soda is just a picture of the, like, when everything was fine when you were a child. It's a drink of the 90s. Yeah. So
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Why do you think I've got such bad teeth?
So when you were free and you didn't have these dark clouds over you and you overthink, and I really wanted to draw a picture what it would feel like to be the free, empowered woman that I really strive to be. And in the verses, I just tell the story of like, will I ever get there? What do I need? Is it time? Will I make it alive? And yeah.
Nice.
And Steal My Name is about a very close person that always try to like tell me what to do and what not to do, and why are you a musician? Don't be a musician. Like, it's hard to be a musician, you know.
Hey, is it?
And you really want to make it and to prove also to everyone that it was the right decision.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a breaking free song from, no, this is not what I want. I do my thing and I don't listen to your fears, because I really know that I'm on the right track and this is what I want to do. And yeah.
Excellent. I always found that possibly one of the most frustrating things of people simultaneously undervalue musicians whilst expecting them to release music for free consistently as well. It's like, no, I definitely want to listen to you, but I refuse to pay for it. So you have to start, and it's I saw a really good interview discussing it was the difference between sort of hip hop and rock stars. And hip hop guys are supposed to have loads of money and be all thing, and rock stars are supposed to live in bands. Right. And it's like, it doesn't work. Like, you know, if you choose this as a lifestyle, it's a full-time job. There's no two ways about it. It's over full-time. Yeah. So you have to be making money from it. And
absolutely.
It's insanely undervalued by some of the general population. Okay, moving on. I would like to know, what artists are you currently listening to? Sorry, not to think, because I always want to ask what's your favourite band, but that is the hardest question to answer in the world.
It's not possible.
Exactly. All musicians struggle with that one. So it's what's, if you went home now, what's the first thing you're going to be putting on? What's on your mind?
I love Tamino.
Okay.
He's from Belgium, and he's really like a mixture of Lana Del Rey. He's like the male mixture of Lana Del Rey and Billie Eilish, or I don't. Okay. It's even hard to describe. You really have to listen to him. He has a really nice voice, and I love his songs. And also Lana Del Rey, Billie Eilish, but I also love Radiohead, Tom York, Alt J. Yeah, that's probably right now. Maybe Post Malone also.
That's a bit of a curveball, but fantastic. No, excellent.
No, I forgot one really important one.
Okay.
Wolf Alice.
Wolf Alice?
Yeah.
Excellent. It's a few years
I discovered
since I've heard
her
the name.
just last year, but it's really,
Excellent. And within that kind of vein, what's the local acts that you'd recommend people listen to?
Oh my God.
I mean, you can hype your own secret side projects as well, by all means. But no, it's just, it's good for the scene. It's good for everybody. So what's local that you would be recommending for people?
That's a hard question, because there are so many great ones, and I really don't want to put someone in front of another.
I mean, I think if anybody's ever been in an interview situation, you get the benefit of a doubt of just pure pressure forgetfulness. But
I also know many of them personally.
Yes.
That's a really hard question. I'm in a girls band, and every one of them, like Barska and the Factory, I can highly recommend Barska and the Factory. And we also, every one of us has their own side projects, and it's really, really nice, like Lonely L, for example. I also highly recommend Mattia, for sure. And Diana Goldberg is really nice. She's really pop, but she's doing a good job. Like, she's working her way up. And I really like to see someone from Munich getting that done, you know? So that's really inspiring. And so many. No,
it's grand. It's absolutely perfect. Okay, last couple of questions. Live music, best and worst gig. So not necessarily like the biggest sellout show, but definitely like maybe your best and your worst performance that you can remember. I'm sure you've got a best, but the worst is going to be a difficult one.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I need just a second. What was the worst? Oh man, my brain is like a cheese.
It's fine. Well, start with your best then. Which is the one that strikes you come to mind of? I absolutely nailed that. Crowd was perfect. Doesn't matter about size or location, but what comes to mind as something that you really proud of?
The really best one that I really enjoyed, it was actually one of the first concerts that I really enjoyed, was Digital Analog in Munich. Because the crowd, there were many people and they were really loud and like really cheerful, and I felt really comfortable. And we also had Moser on drums.
Okay.
He nailed it, and I felt so safe to have a really professional drummer on stage, and yeah, it was really nice.
His sense of timing is unbelievable, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
No, he's a delight to play with. So we've done your best. So worst gigs that you've done. And again, don't have to name names. You don't have to go into finer details, but more the car crash moment feelings. Yeah.
So there are many gigs like that don't go the right direction, but one specific gig was horrible because we didn't have a sound check and I couldn't hear my voice. And the room was packed with people. It was so full, like freaking full. And everyone was like waiting and staring, and it was crazy. I was like on stage and trying to get into the song, trying to sing, but it was completely horrible. And I also messed up, like, because I got so nervous, I messed up all the arrangements, and it was horrible. I really wanted to dissolve into the floor after that.
I mean, it's always that fine line, isn't it? It's like you want to tell yourself the monitoring is second nature and you don't really need it. But then when it's not there, you're like, oh, I'm just lost. This is awful.
Because
like,
everything is so loud.
Yeah.
And if you don't hear what you do, I mean, you can hear something in your head, but not like...
Yeah.
Not really.
I remember my mum asked me once, just like, why is that guy wearing headphones on stage? And it's almost... It's not appreciated if you're not a musician, but you just do not hear anything on stage, do you? Like, especially if there's a drummer, like that's all you're gonna hear. That snare drum smashing your ear. That's it. You can't hear anything. And I think it's generally under recognized by non-music, like how important the monitoring is.
And
Okay, and last of all, musical heroes.
Also so many, but I really love the ones that just do their thing. Like Rosalía, I really love her. I was at her concert in Berlin, and it was so natural. She's like a world singer, but she's like so natural. She cried a lot on stage. She talked to us. She was like really... It was really enchanting to see someone like her being like that free.
Yeah.
And I love her songwriting as well, and her way to go to the production side. Like she's really... she's really inspiring me. And I also love Caroline Polacek, for example, because she's a little bit older, and she's still like, her career is starting now, actually. So it's a good example that there is no limitation, and you just can go and you just do your way and believe in yourself and just do your best. And I love that. It's encouraging.
Fantastic. Well, I think we're going to call it a day there. So from myself and all the guys at Munich Sessions, thank you so much for coming and playing some music with us.
It was so nice.
Excellent. Well, have a lovely time. Cool.